Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. I'm awkward, so this is my third YouTube video, so just forgive me. It'll get better though. It'll get better. Y'all just stick with me. Just stick it out with me, and it's gonna get better. But first things first. I'm gonna be doing a couple of things in the video. Like I might do like something like nervousness, because I'm trying to overcome anxiety. So I might do like this, and I'll get into that while I do that. But I might go like this. I might like go like this or something like that, or I might look around or something. Or I might play with my ponytail. But all in all, I'm okay. I'm a natural in front of the camera. I don't know why I've always been like that. So it's not like I'm nervous because I'm talking to y'all. So it's just, it's called restoring Ashton. Oh, and also I'm going to stutter, or I'm going to it's going to sound like I'm trying to get a word out, but I eventually get it out. I don't know. It's like a nervousness thing too. So welcome back. So a lot of people, they were waiting for this video to come out. So I just want to get right into it. If you seen my first video I've ever made, that was me talking about like how I got severe anxiety like for so long. So the first time I ever got anxiety was July 2019, and I'm not gonna say any names. I'm not gonna name drop, but I'm gonna be very honest and like upfront and uncut with it. July 2019, I was in Oklahoma City, and I had moved there with this guy. Like I was rushing the whole thing. Like we were together before for quite some time, and I was rushing the whole thing. We had started back talking, and like I said, I was rushing the whole thing, and I moved down there with him. And I'll probably say like a month in, I think I was about to take a bath, and I have never experienced anxiety before. I've never felt that before. I've always been bold, courageous. Like I will walk up to you and be like, "Hey girl," like, I was that type. So I was about to take a bath, and I started feeling anxious. And I was like, why? Like, I was just like, why am I feeling like this? And I called my friend, my friend at the time. He's a Hebrew Israelite. And, he calmed me down or whatever. And I went to sleep that night. And I don't know the duration or the time frame of when this happened, but I was like bouncing around from job to job or whatever. And I had I did get hired. I got hired on at this one job, and they just opened up the store and stuff like that. And I was training, and in the middle of me training and stuff like that, my whole right side went numb. Like it was like numb. I've never felt that feeling before, so I'm like, whoa, like what is this? So I called the dude that I was with. I was like, hey, I need to go to the hospital. Like my whole right side of my face went numb, and like not just my face, it was like my body too. So I'm like, I'm about to go to the hospital with the whoop. And he was just like, all right, whatever. He had an attitude. So, and I'm not bashing him. Maybe he was having a bad day or something. I don't know. But so then we went up to the hospital, and they was like, everything is fine or whatever. So I'm like, okay. I was a drinker at the time, so I don't know if that was, you know, why that happened. I don't know. But so I don't know what happened, but I had looked up at, like, you know, in the hospital, like, they have like your vitals and stuff up there, like on the computer, the little computer screen. So I was perfectly healthy. I was perfectly fine. You know, I was 21 at the time. So yeah, I had looked up. I've been in the hospital before, so I don't know what made me do this, but I looked up at the screen. I start freaking out. I'm pressing a button. I'm trying to call the nurse. He looking at me like, what are you doing all that for? But I was like, it was like I was just in an instant panic. So they was like, there's nothing. I think they came in there and was like, you're fine, you're okay, with the whoop. So after that, we got into the car and we was gonna go get something to eat. And we went to Whataburger, and I remember like pulling up, and I was just anxious, like just anxious. I ain't never did drugs. I ain't never. Well, I've smoked before, but I wasn't a smoker then. I was a drinker. I did drink, but I was just anxious. Like I was in the seat, like going like this, because I was anxious. And I think I don't remember that whole time, because it's like it was 3 years ago. So, but I know I was anxious, and then it grew into me being like severely anxious. Like I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't drive. I didn't want to be in a car. I was alone, because he would travel back to our hometown, and he would leave me there. But he said that he didn't know the extent of like what I was going through, you know, what I was experiencing. So, you know, he later apologized and stuff like that, so I forgive him. But I was always alone, and at that point I had it for like a week and a half, but I was always going like this, and you would think like, what is wrong with this girl? But in reality, I was severely anxious. Like I was in like a shock type of state, I guess. And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I called the ambulance because like my heart was beating so fast, and they, oh my gosh, I swear they were angels. But they were like, you're okay, you're just having anxiety. She was like, you know, like telling me like what anxiety is and stuff like that, because I've never experienced it. And she was like, is there anybody that can stay here with you tonight? I don't want you to be alone. And then I was like, yeah. So I had called you know, my dude at the time, his sister's friend, to come over and, you know, like chill with me or whatever. So she did. And that was that first night I fell asleep for like a couple of hours, but like I would wake up still feeling the same way. So fast forward, oh yeah, during that time I was drinking Kool-Aid, and then I would drink water, and I think I would drink milk, because I heard milk calms you down. And the paramedics was like, your blood sugar a little high. So ever since then, well, I'm gonna get into that, but so I made a decision to go home, go back to my hometown, because I didn't, like I said, I never experienced that. I would go to the hospital every time. Like I'll be driving from the hospital. No, at this time I could drive, but I couldn't, if that makes sense. But I could drive. So I would be driving from the hospital, and I'd be like, oh, I felt something. And I'll turn back around. They'd be like, you are okay. There's nothing wrong with you. But I thought, like, I didn't know. Like, I never experienced that before. So I had made a decision to go home. and she actually took me. My the dude at the time that I was with, sister's friend, she took me, and I went back home to Tulsa. When I tell y'all, I prayed every single day, every single night, every single second. I had a prayer on while I was asleep, while I took a shower. I was listening to prayers. I prayed without ceasing, for real. I prayed. And what's crazy, well, before I left, these ladies, I don't know if they were, I forgot what they were, but they had knocked on the door and they were talking to me for a little bit, but they could notice that I was a little anxious or something was wrong. So I was like, yeah. But like, when I'm doing this, you would think like something is wrong with her, like she must be on, but I was really just anxious. So they prayed for me, and like I said, fast forward, went back to my hometown, and I was anxious there. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I tried everything. Like, they gave me medicine at the hospital, it didn't work. What else? I tried the little calm pills from Walmart. I forgot what it's called, but I tried that, it didn't work. But like I said, I prayed without ceasing, and one day I woke up and I didn't have it no more. Like, I was literally like, my mom about to go to work. I'm like, Mama, it feel like my heart, like, I'm literally like, I didn't know what to do. I've never went through that before. So, going through that at that time, that taught me, it really didn't even teach me anything, honestly. I'm gonna just be honest, because I never went through it before. But like I said, I just woke up one day and I didn't have it no more. I was like, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, I'm not shaking no more. And then, like, I went back to work, I started working again, and I was driving, and then eventually, day by day, it went away. And I was back to, normal. And I'm like, I automatically knew it was God, that God healed me from that. So it would be days where I would just cry, like, God really healed me from that. But at the time, like, the type of woman I was, I'm gonna be raw and uncut. Before I started talking to the dude that I stayed with, I was, like I said, we were together for some time, we broke up. I started talking to a lot of men. We were just friends. I'm the type of girl, like, if we gonna do something, we gotta be together. Ain't none of that, it was just a one night stand, none of that. But we were just friends, but I did talk to a lot of men. And that's when me and the dude got back together, and then I left him alone. And then when God healed me and stuff, it was like I went back to talking to a lot of men. It was like I got worse. Like, I started cussing. I never really was a cusser. I started cussing, I was drinking, I was smoking. No, I was drinking a little bit, and I was smoking a little bit. But I really didn't do that. But it was like I was wearing provocative clothing. Like, I wanted male attention. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted male attention. Every time I go somewhere, I got a no bra, short shorts, tight clothing, hair did, nails did, everything, just so I can get that male attention. And all the dudes wanted my number and stuff like that, and I thrived off that. And I always remember, like, what God did for me, but I never really was like, okay, let me live my life for God. I never thought that, because I didn't know that I needed to maintain my deliverance. So I was listening to rap music, just I was just like, you know, I wasn't a good girl. Let me say that. I was not a good girl. I wasn't digging in my ear. I was just rubbing my face. But yeah, I was not a good girl. And I felt in the beginning going through this, like, I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, I wasn't good, you know. But I always loved God. I always like posted about God. I was one of those, like, I was a worldly Christian. Like, I would post about God, like, oh, I want a better relationship with God, but I never took the time or the initiative to talk to God, like, God, I want a better relationship with you. What can I do? I never did that. I just would post about it on social media, or I'll post a scripture or something. Never read the Bible. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Lord, please forgive me. I will push the Bible to the side. Like, if I seen a Bible, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, God, and just like push the Bible to the side. I didn't read the Bible. Like, Lord, please forgive me. I didn't read the Bible. You could have told me what's in Psalms. I would have looked at you like, what is Psalms? Because, like, I didn't know, but somebody would have been like, how you love God, but you don't know what Psalms is? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know. Like, I did not know. But yeah, January 19th of this year, I dedicated my life to God, because in 2021, I started getting anxious again in August, and we all know what that means. But I started getting anxious again, because I had went back to that same dude. And, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, he's a bad dude. You know, I don't know. You know, like I said, I forgive him for everything, so I'm not going to bash him. But, you know, I started getting anxious again. It wasn't bad, but I would have panic attacks here and there, or I would just feel really anxious here and there. And around that time, I was anxious. Like, I felt it in my arms and everything. But the thing is, if you're from Facebook and you made it this far, and I prayed for you, or you see me make a status like, oh, let me pray for you, I was really deep on the other side of the phone. I was really anxious. Like, I was really, like, I was going through something, but I was praying for others, you know. So January 19th, I dedicated my life to God. And soon after that, if you watch you gotta watch my first video, because that's when I talk briefly about like how this all started. So it all started February 18th, but you gotta watch my first videos, because I talk a little bit about that. But like I said in that video, I didn't really go into details, but I would have panic attacks. First, it started out, okay, I don't want to be in a car, but I was okay in the house. Then it turned into, I'm having panic attacks in the house. I'm anxious in the house. Then it turned into, I'm having panic attacks in the shower. Like, and then it turned into, oh, I'm scared to eat. I can't breathe. I feel like I can't breathe. So I barely ate. I could barely drink. Like, I would literally take like sips of my water, because I was just so afraid that I couldn't breathe. And I couldn't shower. I'm gonna just be raw and uncut. Like, there's no need to sugarcoat. There's no need to exclude that out. Like, people need to know, like, it's okay to go through things. So I couldn't shower sometimes. Like, especially if I was at my house, I couldn't shower. But if I was somewhere else, I could shower. But at my house, I could not shower. Like, I would hurry up, shower, get out. Or some days I would think about, okay, Ashton, you need to get into the shower. But I'm just like, nah, I'm too scared that I'm going to panic in the shower. Like when I was in the shower, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like my heart was beating too fast, or I was going to panic. So I didn't even want no parts of being in the shower. And I know that might sound, oh, you foul, you nasty, but it was just like, I didn't stink or anything. But it was just like, I didn't want to fool with the shower because I was like, I don't want to have a panic attack. Like, I don't want to, so it is what it is. Brushing my teeth. I couldn't brush my teeth. I was scared I couldn't breathe. So I didn't brush my teeth some days. I didn't shower some days. But I would never go like, oh, I haven't showered in a week. I would never go that long. Like, I'd be like, okay, Ashton, you gotta get in the shower, like. But I didn't go that long. But some days I didn't brush my teeth, and I'm just be raw and uncut because I was like, I feel like I can't breathe. And like in the state I was in, it wasn't like something I could control. I could not control that feeling. So it was just like, it was deliberating. Like, it was very intense. So I didn't brush my teeth some days. I didn't shower some days. I didn't wash my face. Like, I have acne. Like I said in the video, my first video, you gotta watch that. I didn't wash my face. My skin got out of control. I couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go into stores. It's this one store that I love. If you know me, I love Sprouts. I used to tear Sprouts up. I couldn't go in there. I tried to walk in there. My legs was wobbly. I turned around. I said, I can't do this. I can't go inside the Sprouts. I couldn't go inside the Sprouts. I couldn't go inside nowhere. I was so anxious, so panicky. And I didn't go nowhere. I didn't drive. I didn't want to get in the car. I didn't want to. I was so panicky. I was so like, oh, I'm a panic if this happens. If I go here, if I get in this car, I'm a panic. So I didn't do it. It wasn't about like, oh, I genuinely don't want to do this. It was, I couldn't, because I was stuck in fight or flight mode. That's what anxiety is. And I was stuck in that mode. I didn't have that anxiety where it was like, oh, I'm scared to take this test, or oh, I'm scared to get on stage. No. I was in constant anxiety mode. I was in constant panic mode. I was in constant, anything can set me off instantly and I'm having a panic attack. Or my heart is beating fast and everything around me is closing in on me because I'm anxious and I'm panicking. And that's what I had. I cried so many nights because of the pain that came with anxiety. It wasn't just it's just in my arms. It was everywhere. I cried because I wanted to be better. I have a little girl, and I wanted to be better for her and for myself. And I'm like, how did I let this get to this point where I'm having panic attacks and this and that? And I prayed. And I didn't get on medication for a minute, because I'm like, God is going to heal me. He did it the last time. He's going to heal me. He got me. Nothing happened. I never once cursed God. I never once got mad at God. I never once, was upset that he didn't heal me this time. But what I learned is, okay, God didn't heal me because he didn't put me in that situation. And when he healed me the first time, I didn't follow him. So I was like, okay, I gotta, I learned that God is always going to be there with me. He's going to be there. He's going to walk with me, but I got to meet him halfway. So by month 3, like, I've had my days where I was okay and I wasn't okay and stuff like that. And eventually I started going into stores and stuff. But, you know, eventually I had to get on medication. And that helped out a lot. But I still never lost my faith in God. I still never was like, okay, I'm not going to read my Bible no more. I'm on medication. Like, I met God halfway. And I know some people be like, how is God and medicine? And that's your opinion. But like I said, for me, I had to get on medication because I had anxiety really, really bad. So, I still prayed. I still, you know, I still read my Bible. I still try to get closer with God. I still, you know, watch sermons and everything. And, you know, I did everything. But after, let me go backwards. Before, well, no, it was actually afterwards. After I dedicated my life to God. And I'm telling you, at this point, I was a little anxious, but it wasn't bad. I had a dream that God, you know, like, it was a dream that God, it was like he made it specifically to let me know. So I was over, you know, a friend's house, and my daughter was there, and because I'm not gonna name drop. So it was like a robber. They left the door unlocked, and like a robber came in, and he was like, you know, he told me to get in the bathroom. The robber did. Me specifically, by myself. So I'm like, okay. So I get in the, not okay, like, all right, whatever, that's cool. But like I was like, okay. So I get in there, and I see a window. And now in their house, in reality, they don't have no window in their bathroom, but in my dream they had a window. So it was a window, and it was like far down, because they are upstairs in reality, but yeah, in the dream they're upstairs too. So it was a window, but it was like a long way down. So God, I said, God, I can't jump out this window. I'm gonna hurt myself. God said, no, you're not. Just jump. So in reality, if you jump, okay, how my dream said, if you was to jump out that window, you dying, or let me not say that, you're like hurting yourself. So I jumped out the window. I stood right back up immediately. So I start running. I'm like, God, I can't run. I feel like I can't breathe. You know, that's the anxiety. I feel like I can't breathe. He said, yes, you can. Just run. So I'm running to go get help. So I went to go get help, and the police came and got, you know, my friend and my daughter out the house unharmed. I'm crying. I'm like, thank you. I'm crying in my dream. So a couple of days later, I'm like, I didn't understand what that meant. I just knew that God sent, like, you know, God was there. You know, he gave me that dream. So a couple of days later, I was thinking, I was like, God wanted me to trust him. So, and before, like, okay, when I started going through getting panic attacks and stuff like that in the house, because remember I told you it was just in the car. So I started getting in the house. I had one in the house, and I was like frantically, like, I was finna walk out the door, and God came to me and said, be still and know that I am God. And I automatically knew it was God. You know when you hear God's voice. So just the little things that God has said to me, like on my background, like it was space on the background on my phone. I was praying one time and God was like, change the background on your phone. So I changed it, and now it's like a Bible verse. One time I was praying my anklet, and I sat down like crisscross applesauce after. Yes, I still say it like that, but after I got done praying, and I had an anklet on it, and it broke off. And I'm asking people, I'm like, what does that mean? It was like, oh, I'm not sure. And it dawned on me, God is breaking every chain. So, yeah, just I was having panic attacks. I was, whew, baby, I'm telling you, I called the ambulance every month. February, March, April, May, June. I did not call them in July. I did not call them in August. August isn't over yet, but I haven't called them. All praises to the Most High God. It's been 2 months. But baby, I was calling them every chance I got. I'm not ashamed to say that. But eventually, like I said, just going through this, like, it really just taught me a lot. Like, it taught me to stop focusing on men. Stop focusing on men, worry about myself. Because if I wanted to be honest with myself and honest with y'all, the reason why I'm in this situation, or why I went through that situation, is because I was worried about men. I was focused on men and this dude and that dude and all that, and I didn't really take the time out to put God first. Even though, yeah, I will post about it on Facebook, like, I keep God first. That's all for the aesthetic purposes. So, my advice to the women, like, leave these men alone. Like, don't worry about men. Worry about yourself, like, for real. And, like, my advice to, like, other people, like, don't be out here doing people wrong. Don't be out here, just living your life and not living your life for God, because God is gonna humble you. Like, and like, if y'all wanted me to, like, I could show y'all like videos and pictures of me, like how I went from this beautiful girl, like, to this girl that looked like what she going through. And I feel like God was humbling me in that situation, because, like I said, I always wanted the male attention, so I kept myself up. And it was just like, just not keeping myself up. It was just like, at first I used to have like a little low self-esteem about it, and I was like, nah, maybe God is humbling me, because, he's showing me, like, these males just wanted you because of how you look, not because of who you was. So, because, like, I would go out in public looking like that. Then no dude come up to me like, oh, you cute. Like, of course, but it was just like, yeah. Yeah, girl, like, yeah. So, but I still, I learned to embrace that. I call myself beautiful. I'm like, you're beautiful. Hair all over my head, eyebrows bushy, acne. But I'm like, you're beautiful. I'm like, you're an amazing person. You're gorgeous, And because I started getting a little low self-esteem about it, but I had to build myself back up. It's still a wound, so that's why I kind of like, it's still a wound, it still hurt, but it's like, I want to help others. Like, I want them to know, like, I went through all of that. Like, the reason why I go like this is because I have heart anxiety a little bit. Like, I be feeling like, okay, my heart beating too fast, or I be feeling like I can't breathe sometimes still. It's got, like I said, I've gotten a lot better, but sometimes those things creep up. But That's why I'm called Restoring Ashton. I'm restoring myself because, but not even only from anxiety, from how I used to think. I didn't read the Bible and stuff like that, but now I try. I wouldn't even say I try to. I read the Bible almost every night. Like, if I don't read it like one night, I'm reading it the next night. I pray every day. I pray without season. I'm telling you. I pray every day. I don't listen to rap music no more. I don't dress provocative. I changed my life around, like, seriously. Like, I don't wear the big hoops no more. I changed a lot of things around for the Lord. Like, me and God we have a better relationship. Like, I don't just post stuff on social media like I do, but I'm really doing that in real life too. So, but yeah, just going through that, it was just very tough, especially having a daughter too, because she needed me, but I did what I had to do. And that's why I say God was with me, because I never would have made it without God and without Jesus. And I always include Jesus in everything, because I called on him too when I was having panic attacks, and like, literally, like, I could just be, like I said, I was in a constant anxious mode. So anything could set me off. Like, if I'm thinking too deep into something or just anything, I'm having a panic attack. I'm calling the ambulance. And just when I look back on it, I'm like, man, God was really there. Like, even when I felt like he wasn't there, or I felt like he didn't care about me eventually, or he stopped caring, like, Lord, please forgive me. He was always there. Like, it was days where I crawled to the bathroom because I was scared to walk. Like, my anxiety was, like, bad. Like, people be like, oh yeah, I got anxiety too, but I'll be telling people, like, I got severe anxiety. Like, it's not something I can just shake off, you know. I can just shake it off now because I'm so much better, but man, like, I was crawling to the bathroom. Like, it was nice that I cried, because I'm like, man, I want to, you know, be better for my daughter. Like, my daughter loves me. Like, she will crawl on me while I'm trying to breathe, or I'm having a panic attack, or after my panic attack, I'm like, you know, like, my family is very supportive, so I'll be like, can I go get her something to drink or something like that? You know, like, I was always having a panic attacks. Like, I would say, ooh, I'll probably have one a day, but like I said, that whole time I was anxious. But I'll have like one a day where I wouldn't have a panic attack, but I was just anxious. And it was hard. It was tough. It was really tough. And that's why I give all the glory to God, because I would have never made it this far. Like, 6 months later, and I'm still here. Like, I never, like I said, I never got mad at God. I never gave up. I always kept my faith, even when I didn't see, you know, like, and the reason why I started YouTube is, I've been wanting to start it for a year now, but I went to Walmart and got a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all seen the video, the first video. Y'all gotta check it out. And I was coming out of my little sister room, and someone was like, do a video. And at first I was like, nah, my hair's sticking up, y'all. But raw and uncut. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna take pictures of it. No, at first I was all with it, and then I was just like, nah, I'm gonna just take pictures of it, of my stuff, and yeah. But someone was like, do a video. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a video. So I did it, and after I did it, I felt good. and I wanted to do more of it. And you know, so I got 5 videos out already. Yeah, I love it. Like, it made me so happy. Like, I feel like with anxiety, you gotta find something that's gonna make you happy. And you know, like I said, pray without ceasing. Like, ask God what you want done, like what He wants done of you, and you know, do it. Like, be kind out here. Start being grateful. Like, start enjoying life. Like, start being grateful for everything. Like, I'm grateful for everything. Like, when I see somebody like that need help, I'm running over there to go help them. Or like, I'm very appreciative of the trees, of life, of everything. Like, I love people, I love animals, like, I love being nice. Like, I love that. Like, I've always been a nice person, but like now I'm like really just super nice. Like, I love it. You know, I love life. Like, and I feel like that was another lesson that God was teaching me, was to be grateful and be appreciative of my life. And I'm very grateful. I'm very appreciative. I love life. That's all I can say is I love life. And I would never go back to who I was. Like, when I overcome this, like, I would never go back to who I was. I would never stray away from God again. Like, I'm all in. Like, on social media and off, but really more off on social media. So, but just going through this just really just taught me a lot. Different stuff helped me. You know, like, if you got to get on that medication, or if you got something that's gonna help you, like, meet God halfway. Like, meet Him halfway. I would say journaling helped me. Praying is number one. Talking to somebody. Like, I text the crisis line. I'm not ashamed to say it. I text them. I'll call them. Like, I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, be more around your family. Like, talk to y'all friends. Like, even if you like, they want to go hang out, I don't feel like it, I'm an introvert. Cause that used to be me. Like, I used to, like, my friends would be like, oh, let's go here. I'll be like, nah, I don't feel like it, not today. But I really didn't feel like it, but like, I was able to go, and I'm just like, man, like, I wish I never did that, because I missed out on opportunities and memories and stuff like that. So, and it's like, it's never too late, but I'm just saying, I'm just not that person no more. Like, I'm the person now, 7 a.m. Let's go, y'all. Let's go to the store or something. Like, let's go somewhere. Like, that's me now. Like, I try to talk to my friends, like, every day or almost every day. I try to be active. You know, I try to be more in my family's lives. Like, I try to be more, like, there, you know, because I was always the person that was, like, did my own thing and stuff like that. I try not to be on my phone. I try to go outside more, do little walks, because I was just, you know, like other people. Like, I was that friend, like, don't talk to me every day. We ain't got to talk every day, but now I'm that friend that's like, let's talk every day, or let's talk almost every other day. Like, but we gonna talk this week. Like, that's me. I didn't like going outside. Well, I didn't really just pay attention to going outside and stuff like that. But now I love going outside. I love seeing the trees. I love just seeing the world, you know. Like, I love going places. Like, I love people. Like, I love being nice to people. Like, I love that. Yeah, I just love life now, and I'm appreciative of life. I'm appreciative of God and Jesus. Like, you know, I pray that it will actually, you know, I started being a believer, because I used to be like, well, I pray God will heal me. No, God is healing me. He is healing me. I am healed. By Jesus Christ's stripes, I am healed. So you got to start speaking life into yourself too as well. So it might be a little hard, but I feel like you got this. Like if God can pull me out of that place that I was in, He can pull you out of that place, and He can pull you out of that place. So, I mean, you just gotta trust Him. And, I'm not perfect at all. I'm not perfect. I'm not, I'm just a human on this earth, that went through my season. Sometimes, like Miss Tabitha Brown says, sometimes good people go through bad seasons. And I went through my bad season, and it made me stronger. It made me better. It made me wiser. I'm not that same girl I was. I'm a woman now. Like, I'm much more understanding. I'm much more mature. Like, I'm really not on social media like that. Like, I used to be all about social media, but now I don't even like getting on social media. Like, I used to be all about men and wanting men attention and stuff like that, but no, I don't even want that. Like, I just want one man. I'm a one-man woman. I want more kids. I want to get married. Like, I don't want to play dudes. That's not me no more. It's just a lot of things that are not me. Like, I really changed as a woman. I went from this little girl to this woman. And it was just like, it's a beautiful thing if you think about it. So me going through that, I used to think of it like as the worst thing ever, but it's actually like a beautiful thing, because it's like I learned so much from going through that, from going through those panic attacks and anxiety and the crying and all that. Like, I learned so much, and I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still, it's called restoring action for a reason. So it's just a lot, that I've learned. And I went through that, so your daughter didn't have to go through that, or your son, or you didn't have to go through that, or he didn't have to go through that. Like I just want people to know, like, appreciate your life. Like, don't take it for granted. Like, keep God first. Like, for real. Like, not even just on social media. Like, in real life. Like, get you a Bible. Spend some time with God. Like, when you wake up in the middle of the day, when you go to sleep, like, ask God, like, God, what do you want me to do? Help me serve you better. And, just start eating right. Like, start eating healthy. Like, start taking care of yourself. Like, appreciate your life. Like, start going outside. Start exercising. Start, like, just start appreciating the birds and everything. Like, love your life. Like, for real. Like, I had to learn that. Yes, I had to learn it the hard way, but I mean, like I said, God was always there with me. And I believe that I went ahead and just went with my YouTube channel because of God, because God pushed me to. Well, He didn't push me to, like, force me to, but like, I just felt on my spirit like I need to make a video today. And honestly, I was finna go to sleep, but I was like, let me just make this video, before I go to sleep, because like I said, it's still a wound. It still hurts. So I was like, let me just do it. Let me just, like, not trying to make it seem like I'm rushing content, like, but you gotta understand, it still hurt, So, like, some days I don't even like think about it, like, but yeah, just, if you want to learn more about what helped me, or what type of anxiety I had, and if you got that and what can help you, and or if you just need somebody to talk to, or if you need me to pray for you, I will pray for you. Like anything, or if you want to learn more about me, just anything. But that was my life lesson, is appreciate my life. Keep God first. That's number one, actually. Keep God first. Appreciate my life. Don't take nothing for granted. Love everything. Love everybody. Take care of myself. Put myself before others. Not my kid or anything like that, but yeah, just appreciate life. But I will say this, it'll get better. Like, if you're going through something, it'll get better. I hope that if you made it all the way through, like, I hope that it felt like you was talking to your homegirl or something like that. But it'll get better. Like, I know it'll get better. I know God is working in my favor. And another thing, my video cut off, but don't think your life is going to turn out to be a certain way. I used to be that person that would post or share, 7 months from now, I'm going to be in this position and this and that and this and that. And, so, or, before, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to have my own daycare and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But God has other plans. So I'm grateful to see what God has in store for me. I'm very grateful. I'm thankful. And I'm very grateful, thankful. And I really do appreciate y'all. Like, if y'all made it this far, I appreciate y'all for, watching my video, and hopefully I touch somebody. Hopefully somebody gets some insight, or, hopefully somebody understand me now. Like, okay, that's why she was this and that and blah, blah, blah. So, it's always good to hear somebody out. It's always good to hear somebody's story, because you never know what they're going through. So, I thank y'all so much. If you want to hear more, let me know. If you want to hear anything else, let me know. But new content is on the way. So stay tuned. I thank y'all for watching. See y'all later.